There's quite a lot going on. We were briefed by the police. We were briefed by, of course, the Hong Kong affairs, and we were also briefed by the airport security. Just bring us up to date about what's exactly happening now.
Yeah, we have thousands of protesters descending on the airport, one of Asia's busiest, obviously, and the airport has just announced that they're canceling all flights for the remainder of the day. That's obviously huge news. It comes after a sit-in that lasted all weekend at the airport and a previous airport protest that led to hundreds of flight cancellations and delays. So this is just part of that sort of tactic from the protesters of ramping up a sort of disruptive techniques here that hit at the economy and hit at sort of ordinary people experience in Hong Kong, trying to get attention for their cause. The police now are saying that there's been a lot more arrests, more than 100 arrests after this violent weekend where we had petrol bombs thrown, Molotov cocktails. There's one police officer who was injured when he was hit by by the petrol bombs. So things are getting pretty dramatic here in Hong Kong, and this is the 10th straight weekend of this type of activity. And Beijing now coming out with yet another press conference, kind of sternly condemning the radical protesters, warning that it veers on the edge of terrorism. So quite a few dramatic events and also dramatic rhetoric from Beijing at the moment.
Iain, it seems that actually over the weekend, authorities deployed more aggressive tactics during these protests. Is there a general ratcheting up? And we couldn't find a way out, right? It's unclear how this ends. Are we closer to a resolution if violence increases?
I think we're at a point now where both sides are becoming increasingly aggressive, but at the same time, that's actually driving them further apart. And at the moment, I think we're almost further from a solution than we have been before. A lot of people have talked about neither side being able to sort of back down now. It's gone too far. Every single appearance that Carrie Lam, Hong Kong's chief executive, has made has only generally angered people even more. The police are coming out and defending their tactics, which again also angers the protesters and brings more people out onto the streets. And you have Beijing kind of supporting the police and supporting the government, which in Hong Kong is a very tense affair, in the sense that the government is trying to not look like they're the stooges of Beijing, and here you have Beijing sort of coming out and voicing their support for everything they're doing. So for pro-democracy protesters in Hong Kong, you've got a situation where it looks like Beijing is backing the government, but you've got a situation where it looks quite bad.